What's your comfort level from last year to this year in terms of knowing the defense and understanding everything that's going on?
Obviously, it's a lot better than last year. Last year was my first year, and it was just getting caught up to speed with just everything changing around me, and leading to year two, everything's slowed down a lot more for me, and I'm a lot more familiar with who I'm playing with and the scheme I'm playing with. So my comfortability is definitely gotten a lot better and a lot stronger based off of last year.
Let's go to Brooke Pryor of ESPN. Go ahead, Brooke.
Hey, Devin, another comparison question to camp last year. From what you remember going through, I mean, is this camp as physical as the other one that you went through your rookie year? And do you feel like you guys are getting enough experience, tackling to the ground and things like that, especially knowing that there's no preseason to really take those live hits and live reps on?
Yeah, I mean, I think our coaching staff definitely has taken that into account. And, I mean, they try to give us as much competition, in our full padded practice as much as we could. Obviously, we don't have any tests for the preseason, but, we go out there and we have a lot of competition pairs. And, we have a lot of pairs, enough pairs to go out there, we tackle to the ground. So, I mean, we getting that experience as well. And we getting acclimated to that. So, I mean, we trying our hardest, and obviously there's no preseason, but I think we're doing a good job.
All righty, we'll move on to Mike Brazuta. Triv, go ahead.
Hey, Devin, your coaches and teammates have been pretty consistent talking about how they expect you to take a big step up this year. You were pretty successful last year, given the circumstances. What are you anticipating doing to take that step? Where's that going to show up?
Yeah, just based off the play. I think last year I came in, I'd just went in and played and learned as things came to me. But now I have a pretty good idea of what I want to get done. How I can help this team win more, and what can I get better as a player to help this team win. So, I mean, I'm just challenging myself every day, to try new things and do different things, and put different, skill sets inside my game.
All righty, we'll move on to Brian Backo. Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Devin. It looks like from photos from practice and even some videos, you've been matched up with rookie Anthony McFarland a lot in those competition periods that you talked about. What are you seeing out of him? How is he adjusting to the speed of the NFL? And I guess how tough has it been just going one-on-one with him when you do?
Yeah, Anthony McFarland is a really, really good running back. I played him in previous years in college, so I'm already familiar with his skill set, and I think he's doing a good job of adjusting. I think he's going through his rookie things with just learning, how to be a professional and how to take on practice and compete, and just go one-on-one. He's learned a lot from me, and I'm learning a lot from him, and iron sharpens iron. So, I mean, we get each other ready to take those live reps and then go into the game action and, put it on display.
All right, let's move on to Christopher Carter. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, Devin, you made a lot of adjustments week to week and in-game as you were learning last year in your rookie season. What was something when you had time to sit back and look at your whole game during this offseason that you focused on working on to improve before training camp?
Just my movements. I want to be more efficient just with my movements, and not saying my movements were bad, but I seen just playing in the system I played in college and playing to switching to a whole nother system in the league. Things had to change. I had to get more leaner. I had to train differently, and I think I've done a good job of that in the off season, and I think it's gonna be better for me this year.
Vince was on here a couple weeks ago talking about how the inside linebackers have to be the communicators in this defense, and he was talking about you getting into the building earlier and your study habits. Where are you now compared to where you were last year with your comfort level, calling the defenses and stuff like that?
A lot more comfortable than last year. Just watching myself from last season and critiquing myself, during the off season. I definitely picked up the playbook a lot more easier. I'm a lot more comfortable with who I'm playing with and what scheme I'm playing with. So, I mean, I have a good foundation that I laid down last year to build off of. It's going to be a lot more easier for me this year.
All righty, let's move on to Mark Caboli. Mark, go ahead.
Hey, Devin, I was wondering if you were able to match up at all against Eric Ebron in practice and just describe how difficult his skill set is to cover.
Yeah, he's a different type of tight end. I mean, he's very elite, just with his athleticism and how rangy he is. He has like receiver-like movements. You know, his cuts are receiver-like. His speed, you know, the way he catches the ball, he's good at using his body. So I mean, I think he's a mismatch. You know, with just any position you put him at, because he has very long arms. He catches the ball really well and he runs really good routes.
All righty, let's move on to Alan Saunders. Alan, go ahead.
Hey, Devin, what about your second season? What have you been able to add to your game, or what is coming easier to you this year, the second time around?
Just being comfortable and you know, trusting the guys I'm playing with and knowing what I'm doing before I do it.
All righty, we got time for a couple more here. We'll go to Noah Strackbean. Noah, go ahead.
Hey, Devin. We kind of touched on it before, but we talked to Benny Snell earlier and Mike Tomlin as well, and he said that the Steelers kind of give plans to guys heading into their second year to reshape their body a little bit. Did the Steelers give you anything in the offseason, and did they ask you to really focus on anything in particular?
Nothing in particular. They didn't really give me a plan for the offseason.
All righty, we'll go to Bo Marciani. Bo, go ahead.
Good morning, Devin. After 1 year in the league, what matchup do you feel is the closest to the historical rivalry between Michigan and Ohio State? Is there any team that kind of comes to mind?
In the league?
Yeah.
I like the Baltimore game. Steelers, Baltimore.
Any particular reason?
I think growing up, I used to watch that game a lot, catch it a lot. It was a lot of Hall of Famers on the field at one point. So I think that's a game that, you know, that runs deep, seriously, because it had a really, really high competition level at one point, you know, just fighting for the AFC. And, you know, it's just one of those games where it's always a good game.
Thank you.
All righty, and we'll go to Bo Smolka. Bo, go ahead.
Tying into that question, I'm working on something with Lamar Jackson and Marquise Brown and the whole idea of football in South Florida. I talked to your dad last week about this as well. What do you think it is that makes football so good in South Florida? And do you remember playing against either Lamar Jackson or Marquise Brown when you were, you know, in youth ball?
Yeah, I think what makes South Florida so good in football, I think because we're able to play it year round. We don't have any winter sports, so we play football all year round, and just the competition level down there is through the roof. And the athletes down there are very elite. So I mean, it's always a constant, you know, battle between who's going to be the best coming out of South Florida each year. And I think playing against Lamar and Marquise, I don't think I ever played against them in my younger days. I don't remember playing against them.
Thank you.